Oh, booger sugar, the
Booger
cocaine,
sugar.
the cocaine.
I think I'd like to try me some of that
Yeah,
cocaine.
Dewey, you don't want no part of this shit. It's cocaine. What's cocaine?
Turns all your bad feelings into good
Feelings
ones.
into good feelings.
Well, you're not.
I keep everything.
We used to
I'm not.
sell.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We used to sell for pot. Is that what you were
Yeah,
gonna
yeah. I
say?
was gonna say. I
Yeah.
don't think. I don't think we need to scrounge change for pot anymore. So
That's the whole reason I think.
yeah,
So yeah, I don't. I'm glad I don't do that. I love my movies so much. Like I
your
just got Lethal.
collection used
Go
to be
ahead.
massive.
It used to be. I used to have all the DVDs. Some shit was rare, and I didn't even know it back then. And I didn't think about, oh, okay, some of this shit's not going to be copied again, or some of this shit's going to be out of sale at some point. And now I'm like bummed because I remember I had at least 700, 800 movies
Yeah,
easily. And now, right now, I'm just at, I got 350. So,
my man knows how many he's got.
yeah, I
That's how you
do.
know like somebody is
A fan
a
of the,
fan.
of collecting whatever it might be.
Yeah, yeah. Like yeah, I
I
got.
agree
I think I got
100%.
about like 357, give or take.
Right?
It's
On a
actually
good day,
three.
I might have to double check, because I got a couple of those movies that are like trilogies, and I count per movie.
I think I lent
Because that's how I do it,
someone.
dude. If I ever lend anybody movies, I know, but I don't lend people movies. I don't trust
Have
anybody.
is there anything that you've been lent that you ended up just keeping?
Oh God, probably. Many times, and I apologize to anybody that listens. That like I might have your shit still, but I'm keeping it now. It's just like finder's fee. You know what I mean? Like I've held on to it this long. For example, I don't remember who it was, and I'm so glad I still have the book. The only downfall about it um, is with the book. I don't. What am I trying to say? Oh, it's water stained heavily, but I still have the book, and it's an ICP book. I got that from somebody that you went to art school with, and I've held on to that thing for fucking years. And the reason I did, because if you go look on Amazon or anywhere, that book's like a $70 book.
Right.
It's
What's the
expensive,
name
and
of
like
it?
it's like something about like Violent J paint, something about paint, and like I don't remember, but like I remember I only read the book because my uncles loved ICP. I didn't give a fuck, and when I was young, I listened to like what was that song? I think called The Dating Game or Fat Sweaty Betty or some shit like that. And I remember just listening to like The Great Malenko with my uncles. And like some of that shit
Just
actually
gonna
went
keep
hard.
naming songs as
I'm gonna name a few of them. I'm gonna name a few of them. I'm not an ICP head, or what are they called?
a
What are the
juggalo.
juggalo? Yeah, I'm not a juggalo by any fucking means by the term.
Whoop, whoop.
But like I right, yep. I don't disrespect. I get a band that you can be heavily influenced by 100%. So like,
What's crazy
and
is so they've done the gathering of the Juggalos here in Ohio a bunch of
mm,
times at the same venue that I used to go to this festival called the Workout and Resonance. Um, so they would have their festival at the same campground, and it was always fun. Like I don't know, there would be like they would leave stuff at the
mm,
campground that you would find like little signs or like you know syringes.
I don't know. I think that might be fucked up. I think that might be too fucked up.
but
I,
yeah, no, it's they're interesting, and I definitely don't mean I don't have any disrespect either, just because like
they
from
treat each other like family.
right
You know.
exactly, and from like me going to
Mm,
festivals, it's they do the same stuff that we do, where it's like it's a sense of community, like you
you're
know,
just not heavily involved in their music,
right, right,
right?
right, right, yeah. So
That's
it
how I look at
just
it.
it's an interesting culture to say the least. Like
I like Deadheads, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't been a Deadhead long enough to know the history of, like, concerts and what happens at concerts and shit like that.
Right.
But, I mean, just from, like, you know, Family Guy references, like, videos I watch, live concerts, shit like that,
Family
I get a
Guy
sense of, like, yeah, remember I sell you shit for a grilled cheese? You know, they were at a Grateful Dead show.
I didn't,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like it's just that, and like and being a fan now, I see every fucking reference. You know what I mean? Grateful Dead, and it's so cool. It's just so cool to see references to that. But yeah,
I used to play at the same place that I'm talking about. The place I'm talking about is called Legend Valley. It used to be called Buckeye Lake.
hold that note and welcome us in, because we're just talking right off the cuff already, like way too much. You know,
Okay.
we haven't transitioned in. You know what I mean? We don't do that anymore. We stopped with that. Do you not like that right now? Like we can't. Like we're already talking about some of the shit we're supposed to be talking about today. So we're already involved.
No, we're not.
You know what I'm saying? So, kind of. Just do you, buddy. Continue your
Okay.
story. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
What's up? Blasphemous Reviews.
I'm KJ. And I guess I'm an asshole. Oh my god.
You know what's funny is like I don't know if it's like a good thing or a bad thing, but it's always funny that it's like we're flowing.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, hold on, let's pump the brakes, dog.
Like, I'm sorry, I don't even think of it like that. I mean, I do. I love it when we're naturally flowing, but it's like, fuck, if we don't sit there and like welcome ourselves, it's like, what the fuck are we? You know what I mean? Who are
I
we?
know
You
who
gotta
the fuck
know.
we are. It says
But
it
you
right
got-
on the video, right there. You clicked our name
I mean-
on Spotify, so
You know who it is? I can't do that. I gotta have the welcome. It's like a welcome mat. It's like, hello. You know, it's a front door service. It's like, hey, I'll take your coat. We're going to go sit here and we're going to have the roast beef with the mash and gravy. Welcome, fam. You know what I mean?
man, that sounds good right now.
That does sound good. Like a homemade, like, roast beef. Not like fucking, you know, Arby's.
Right.
Yeah.
Pot roast?
Yes, with like the carrots, the fucking onions, what else? The potatoes, you know, getting all saturated in the juices and shit like that. Well, I guess no potatoes,
Saturated
because
in the juices.
you would do the potatoes on the side if you wanted the mash, because if you did the potatoes with like the roast, that's just like little cubed potatoes, you know, which isn't bad either. Those are
No,
delicious.
you just cut them in half and throw them in there.
Right, but then at that point you're just having whole potatoes. So there's actually no point for gravy. Just enjoy the juices of the roast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, do it that way. Because like using like beef stock and then the flavors of the fucking like the carrot, the onion, and the potatoes. Oh man, it's just gonna soak up. Fuck, that sounds good,
I haven't had a good pot roast in a long time.
dude. I actually my family loves me making pot roast, and I don't do nothing special. You know, like for people that like you know, or what I've seen on TikTok, they like to blatantly say that white people do not use seasonings, and I call bullshit, or at least for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's probably very true. I'm sure there's just white people that have only salt and pepper in their house, which y'all some bland motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But anyways, I have an array of fucking seasonings, and like with my roast, I just add like
I have too many. It's hard.
I don't think you can ever have too many. I think if anything, you can like diminish the same like ones. Like if you have one that's got just a little bit in it still, but you have a new one.
I need a nice rack that I can put them all on.
IKEA. I bought a little thing at IKEA. It's like a little round cylinder, and it sits all of my shit in there except for my salt. I have like a little bowl for my kosher salt. You know,
Like,
just Salt Bay.
and shit.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking tool. I don't get the fucking hype.
Also, he fucks up a lot of his cuts all the time. I'm like watching
He
him,
does.
and I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
I'm pretty sure I've seen
Wasting so
Homeboy.
much-
Go ahead.
I was just like, you're wasting so much.
Oh,
You're
so
just
much.
like,
Well, not only that, and then his cuts. His cuts are terrible. He always like some of those videos. He goes against the fucking grain, dude. It's like, bro, you're fucking all up.
right. And do you just always wear that shirt? Do you just have like you open his closet and it's just like
Super tight, fucking that same goddamn colored shirt.
it's a white or is it white or black? He's always either wearing a
It's
white
one
or
of those
black.
two.
I feel like it's a V-neck.
It's very much a V-neck. Only douchebags and people from 2006 wear V-necks.
You never wore V-necks? I remember you wearing.
Yes, in 2006. That's when I wore a fucking
What were the
V-neck.
point of that? Like,
I think it was a sexual thing. Honestly, I think it's for women. I think some women. I'm not going to say all because I have no fucking idea. They love chest hair. So, or men too. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Men too. They might like a little bit of chest hair. Some like those fucking hairy men. You know.
I want to be that guy that's like, you're just like on vacation in Florida at the beach, and then you see this guy who's like way darker than he should be.
The ones that are like using way too much suntan oil. Not sunscreen,
yeah.
fucking oil. Yeah.
He's got the button-up shirt, only buttoned halfway up, gold chain, right? And all of his white chest hair sticking out. Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
No, I want to be that guy. That guy's
You
living
want to
life
be that
right.
guy? That's too.
He's happy as fuck. I bet. Go ask him. How you doing?
Go out. He probably is because he's probably living in a beach house. He's probably living in a beach house fucking honey dips that are half his age. Because he decided to never settle down or have children. Or if he did, he neglected the fuck out of them.
Yeah, he has one very specific cup that he always fills up with to-go drink before he leaves his house.
That's what I was gonna say. Like he has like he has a road pop, and I feel like it's always iced tea and liquor.
Yeah. You just smell the suntan lotion, oil, and
like you will never smell his alcoholic breath. Well, maybe if it's rum.
Yeah, you definitely.
I'd be a vodka man. It'd be vodka and juice for me. Like I'd have to have some type of juice with vodka.
I made a vodka Red Bull smoothie, or not smoothie.
How was that?
It's not really a smoothie. It's like a frozen drink, like like a margarita or something. It was pretty good. I used the orange Red Bull, some vodka, and then some strawberries and mangoes, frozen strawberries and mangoes.
That sounds pretty killer.
Not bad.
Dude. See, I need to get back into it. I used to drink so many fucking smoothies, man. And like I would just get like mixed berry. I get frozen fruit all the time, and I get like mangoes, peaches, pineapples, all an assortment of the berry, if you will. Raspberry, blackberry, whatever fuck else there, strawberry, And I would just make myself that with a little bit of orange juice and some yogurt, and it was fucking bomb, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've discovered the secret to a good smoothie. Yogurt, almond milk, and a little bit of almond, a little bit of oat milk.
I never fucked with that.
And then your frozen fruit and honey. I like honey, so that's
okay. That makes sense. I've never thought about putting honey in a smoothie, but that would fucking do wonders.
A lot of people just do like a little bit of sugar.
I know you okay. So that pissed you saying that just pissed me the fuck off.
Why?
No, you're eating a goddamn. Or you're drinking a fucking smoothie. You have the nectar of the gods. Sugar, like that's God's candy. You don't need fucking sugar with God's candy. It's sweet enough.
What, fruit?
Yes.
Oh,
fuck yes.
Yeah, kind of. Sometimes, like that's why I add honey.
Sometimes, what do you think? It's just not going to have the flavor from. I don't get it.
Well, a lot of times the sweetness of the fruit doesn't translate over to a smoothie as well. Like if you just eat the fruit by itself, yeah, it's going to be super sweet. But throw it in with a bunch of other stuff. Like I use unsweetened, like the yogurt is unsweetened. It's plain yogurt.
So you're saying because you dull it out, you need to add a little bit more, is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's why I do honey, and some people do sugar, but
Okay.
You can
See,
also
I
you
would.
can also do like sweetened almond milk instead of just regular
Okay.
almond milk, and that would work too. But
I don't know. I've never had it where like I've had that problem because like using a little bit of orange juice is always good, and like the yogurt I used was what is it where it's like all plain everything it's just plain fucking yogurt,
yeah, yeah.
you know, and it worked wonders, dude. I mean, orange juice probably isn't good for you. There's probably additives of sugar in that, so I guess I get my sweetener from
No,
that.
get the simple orange juice.
I get the
That
simple.
shit's good.
It's
Yeah, well
expensive,
then
but
you're good.
it is good. Yeah,
Good shit. So
but
when you get older, you're just like, I don't care about spending money on the good stuff, you know? Because
I
like
feel like go
you
ahead.
know
I
it's
think
the
we have
good
the same
stuff.
mind. Mm-hmm. I do that with butter. I buy very expensive butter because
The
it's
Tillamook.
high quality. No, I want to try that though. I get something. I think it's called Kerrygold. I think is what it is, and it's like pure Irish fucking butter, and it's
Ah,
delicious. It's
yo,
delicious.
the secret to good eggs. All right, maybe we'll make a egg video. Anyway, the secret to a good egg, scrambled egg, is you gotta have real butter, real as fuck butter, right? And a good
Mm-hmm.
amount of it. And then you do whip your eggs, and then so you get the pan hot with the butter in it. Then you put your eggs in there after the butter is fully melted, right? And you add a little bit of cream, like real cream, just a little dash of cream, and you stir it, and you just keep stirring it until it gets, the consistency that you want.
Right. See,
And they're
I,
fluffy and buttery. Oh, it's the way to go.
the way
That
I was
that
raised with
cream and
eggs,
butter, just like
does that help it? I think it's the saltiness of the cream and or not the cream, the saltiness of the butter, and then like the richness of the
unsalted
cream.
butter, unsalted.
Unsalted butter. Okay. Now, with that being
Because I add a
said,
little bit of my own salt and pepper afterwards, but
well, that makes sense then. Yeah, because plus, if you use the pepper in the beginning, that's just you're gonna burn your pepper up. For people that
yeah,
don't know,
right,
pepper burns. Okay,
right.
pepper
Well,
does burn.
see, all right, now you can also do like I cooked a steak recently, and I did put the pepper on there, like
Early in the game.
yeah, and it's fine as long
Mm-hmm.
as you have enough. As long as you're not burning whatever you're using to cook your meat in, like if it's
It's all
like
preference at the end of the
it's
day,
great.
too.
It's great to sear your steak with vegetable oil because vegetable oil has a higher burn temperature versus like butter, which is real low. You can burn butter really quickly and easily, but like vegetable oil is high, and then you got like olive oils in the middle. But
Yeah, don't really cook a steak in olive oil. I mean, I'm not gonna say don't
I'll
like.
marinate it
Obvi-
in some olive
obviously,
oil
do that.
and
Yes,
shit. But
yeah, don't do that, but don't like sit there and spill like a good amount of olive oil in your pan and sear your steak that way. Don't do that. Like you said, coat it with olive oil, put a little salt, and like I said, pepper. If you want to put it on early, it's a preference thing. It's just it can burn if you don't watch it.
you have
Obviously,
to do it after you sear it.
there you go. So with that being said, like a little bit of oil, a little bit of butter. Clove of garlic, some fresh thyme. Like, even though that's the most basic shit, because everybody fucking does that, it really is one hell of a fucking steak.
Yeah,
And like, if you
the
eat
old
your steak,
basting option.
how do you feel about people eating steaks done? How do you feel about that?
All right. Well, depends, because you can cook a steak well done and it still be
Delicious.
delicious.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is, if you go out and order a steak well done, it's just basically going to be. Well, it depends on where you go. If you go to a really nice place, you order well done, it'll still be juicy. It'll just be well done.
Depending, some might be dried out. Some people,
That's
some
why
cooks,
if you go to like Outback and order a steak well done, it's just going to be a burnt steak.
right? Because I was gonna say some cooks think that they need to press down on a steak if you want it done. No, just let the fucking thing cook. Don't press down on a steak. Period.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like
Pushing
that's
out all them juices.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's just natural, just amateur cookery. You know what I mean?
And that's why it's good to sear it, because the sear locks in some of those juices.
Mm-hmm. A lot of those fucking juices. And rest your motherfucking steak. It's not going to get cold. Rest your fucking steak. That will help with those juices too.
10 minutes. Just let it get you a rack that you can put it on. And chill.
Cover it with a piece of aluminum or a plate if you're ghetto like me. No, that's what I do. Oh yeah, I cover it. That you do you. You let the natural open doors and drafts of your house cool down your steak. But me, I'm gonna put a plate over it, or I'm gonna fucking put some aluminum over it to keep it fucking okay. So let me put it to you this way, since apparently you have forgotten how to cook. So when you cook something and you put a lid over it, what happens? The moisture comes over into the air, right? Circles around, cooks shit a lot faster. You're not looking for the cook faster, you're looking for it to maintain heat. So if you put a plate over it or if you put the aluminum foil over it, it's going to rest, but you're going to be able to maintain the heat of the steak. That's what I do. It's a preference thing. You do you. You keep it out in bare open minimum air and you get a cold steak. You go ahead, bud.
It won't get
I know you don't get a cold steak, but that's just my preference. So you do you and I will do me.
Well, because when you take it off, it's still cooking.
I understand that, but I'd still like to keep it contained.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's just me, man. It's just me. It's just the same with eggs. I didn't even get to get my egg thing out. My whole thing with eggs is kind of the same with yours, except for I don't use cream. I was raised with milk in my eggs, and that shit made it delicious. But I don't even like milk in my eggs anymore. I just like a little bit of butter. That's it. And I put it on low heat. I cook it real fucking good. I keep a constant eye on it till my preference is good. I don't do the cream. Not saying I wouldn't try it. I've never tried it before.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, do you use a little bit of butter? Or like a good amount?
It depends on the how many eggs I'm eating, but usually I use about what is it when you cut butter? And it's like, what is it, tablespoons?
There's all sorts of lines on that shit. I don't know.
Okay, there is. Okay, well, whatever the first one is, I use half of that. Because I use really good butter, so that's why. So.
Weird.
Yeah, what about you? Do you use a lot of butter or a little butter?
A lot of butter.
I feel like I said a little weird.
Not a lot, but like.
Mm-hmm. But a healthy portion.
More than a little.
Okay. More than. I got you.
Because they really. Because it'll soak in and cook in, and it'll. It's not going to be like oil that just sticks to the outside and it's real greasy. The butter will actually cook into the eggs with it. So
100%. Well, going into that, I wanted to talk about something else that pisses me off.
Okay.
Food wise. So that's why I was saying that. And I don't know if it pisses me off. It makes me feel weird thinking about it. But ice cream during winter. Do you eat ice cream during the wintertime? Like, do you have a hankering for it?
I am non-discriminate of the time of year that I will eat ice cream.
That's fair. Okay. I just think it's fucking weird. It's just like, okay. So I would, I'll rephrase. It didn't piss me off. It's just very weird. And don't get me wrong. I'll eat ice cream during the wintertime too, but it's got to be a warmer day. Like right now, I think it's 30 degrees in Ohio. And with that being said, I'm not fucking around with no fucking ice cream. I'm not doing it. Unless there's a warm ass fudge brownie underneath that motherfucker, and I got some vanilla bean. You know what I mean?
I want to make some chronic peanut butter cookies. Peanut butter cookies.
Okay.
With some ice cream on them.
I fuck with that. You can find a pretty basic recipe, man. And
I'm just digging cookies right now, bro.
We should do that. We'll do that. Have to do that then. Homemade. I've never made homemade cookies where you get the sugar, the flour, and all that, the butter and egg. I've never done that. I'll have to do that sometime. But I get that people eat ice cream during this time. I get, like you said, you're not discriminatory. You're not no hate on people that eat it all year round. Okay, let's just put it that way. I find it very fucking peculiar. There will be somebody that's like eating ice cream in 20-degree weather. Like, I saw this video on TikTok where this guy in Russia, like, you're just sitting there seeing this Arctic ass cold. It's fucking ice around just this big old, like, open patch of water. Some bald dude, shirtless as fuck, hops out. He's like, hey, welcome to Russia. And he had 2 cold ass chocolate ice creams. And he's just, just fucking destroying these things. My dude just came out of the water like shit was normal. Like,
You know
fucking
he was cold.
crazy. Oh, obviously he was cold, but he handles that shit better than we do.
Yeah, I guess so.
Except for their bodies are probably weak as fuck when they're 65, 70. Because they lived in that Arctic fucking snowstorm forever. You know? That's why old people move to Florida.
The snow, dude.
Do you?
I do. I love everything about it. Like, being outside when it's snowing and it's just like at nighttime and there's not a sound at all going on.
It's a calming feeling.
Oh, it
I
is.
think it's because everybody hates snow. I think that's why it's so silent. Is everybody's inside their fucking house. I wouldn't say everybody. Obviously, you do. I love it. I hate driving in it.
I even think that's fun. It's exciting.
It just took you mid fucking thought. I think that's fun too. No, I mean it is. We had the other night.
Sliding all over.
We had that the other night when we were coming home from the Mind at Large interview.
Yeah.
We fucking were driving in some pretty intense snow for a second. I don't like it. It was cool. I had a good time.
Well, I was smashing on a Whopper and some fries, so
I was happy. I was just there for the ride.
you know.
We
Also,
made it though.
Here's another thing I like is like when your car is completely snowed in, right, and you get inside of it, but without wiping anything off, and it's just like
completely covered in snow.
It feels like you're in an igloo, you know.
I get that. I think your inner child comes out of there.
Yeah.
I think your inner child is coming out right now, talking about snow and shit.
Yeah. Well, so I think me and you I don't know, maybe you were there, but they used to do a lot of igloo building in the winter.
I was there some of the time. You handled the cold better than I did. Like you could stay out there for fucking hours, and I didn't understand it. I remember your face would come in, you'd be redder than fuck.
Yeah,
like your face would be just pure red. But go ahead, what's your saying?
Did you ever make any like igloos?
Igloos? I can't say that I did. I was more of a fan of snow angels, and I liked being that person when I was a kid. I don't know if it was to impress ladies or to be a dumbass, and I wouldn't say ladies. Let's just say young women, because I was a fucking teenager. And I remember I'd go like shirtless and I'd try to do a snow angel or some goofy shit like that. Or again, I would just do snow angels. All right, I'm cool. Please notice me. But yeah, I love the snow for that reason. I love them because you can retain heat in those. You could actually retain your heat.
Yeah, you would find a nice flat spot, and you would gather as much snow as you could, and you'd pack it down, and you keep adding and packing it and adding and packing.
Tight as fuck.
Yep. Until you had a huge mound of just tightly packed snow. And then you'd find one side, and you just start digging into it. And you dig a small hole, then you get inside, and then you start digging the inside out. And that's how you'd make the igloo.
Yep.
I mean, you could also do it where another method is if it's really cold, you can do that same thing. But every time you finish packing it down, you put a little water on it and you wait for it to freeze. And then you pack more onto it.
Okay. You were doing something like you was like a fucking veteran in the game with igloos, dude. That's what it was.
Bro. I was ready. I was like, hey, if I ever had to survive out in the winter, I'll just build me an igloo.
I actually watched some guy referencing TikTok again. I watched a guy that actually teaches you how to make survival shit. out in the wilderness, and he actually taught you how to make an igloo, which was pretty fucking cool.
How did he teach you how to make an igloo?
Okay, kind of the same way. All he did was like, what he would do is he would just make a big old pile of snow, like a circle or a booby, however you want to look at it. And what he would do is he would find a spot, dig right in the middle, and then he would just start taking the snow out. Do you see what I'm saying? And then like he would make sure that like whatever snow he was taking out, he was packing back again on top, so it would stay firm and tight up on top, and obviously, what do you call it? I don't know, more security, however you want to the wind or the conditions. So yeah, and then he just fell asleep. Well, I mean, probably not, but like he was making a tutorial. I don't think nobody does that like purposefully. Maybe they do. Maybe there's people that love the wilderness so much.
Yeah,
just want to be outside.
Yeah, God, I want to say this was you again as well. There was one time where me and you, or God, I feel like it was me and you, but we went into the woods near where we lived, where we made that whole airsoft arena, right? You remember that area?
So I made a little bit of it. I didn't do nearly as much as you, Wes, and Josh, and Eric, and Will. Yeah. I think you all worked on it pretty fucking extensively, but that was probably the coolest thing about our childhood was that airsoft. I couldn't play that because I was a pussy. That shit fucking hurt, and you would never see where it was coming from, and I hated that. Yeah. But I think that's probably the whole point of airsoft.
Well,
but I remember.
Well,
that's what I was going to go back on is the building of that. But go ahead.
No, yeah. So I was saying there was a time where we like planned on staying out there for a day or two and just like building a shelter.
That was me. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Then we gave up on it though.
I think our parents would have probably kicked our asses on it, honestly. Yeah.
I was ready, dude. I had a bag of food.
Mm-hmm. Dude, it would have been cool.
I was like trying to filter water and boil it and like have a little shelter and shit.
Motherfucker watched too much Bear Grylls as a kid.
I was like, Man vs. Wild. I can do that shit.
I'm close to home if anything was to happen. Fuck it.
Yeah, where's the rescue crew?
Oh goddamn!
I would love to do something like that though. But like, I mean,
I would too.
Backpacking, but
I don't think I've ever done it to where I made the point where I had everything or was prepared. Like, I don't know, surviving out in the wilderness, I think is totally different than being prepared for the wilderness. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I'd rather have a night where I'm trying to survive. You
would have to have like real dangers though.
I know that's the danger is being hungry for a tired day. Well, that ain't that fucking bad.
Like, so the middle of the woods in Ohio, the worst you're gonna come across is a bobcat who's probably just gonna run away from you anyway.
Do you know how to make one do it if you guys are staring face to face? You know how to make one like fucking leave? You hold your body out big as fuck. And just raw, kind of make weird ass noises,
Right.
Act like you're not intimidated because, like, if you already spot eye to eye and you try to look away, it's gonna fuck you up. But like,
I think that's a myth.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to try it. It's not like I'm wanting to test it out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I fuck with my one cat all the time. I'm just like. I just stare at him as long as I can.
I had no idea what the fuck he was doing for a second, my man. I had no fucking idea. Goodness.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Nothing.
Not a nia, not a nutta. Well, going on, I wanted to talk about some trailers that I saw over the weekend.
Okay.
So, like, as we've talked about, I'm a big fan of movies. I actually just recently watched a movie that got released with Denzel Washington called The Little Things. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's a mystery noir film. It's got him, the dude that played Freddie Mercury in Queen. I think Rami something. I can't pronounce his last name.
I got
and
you.
then Jared Leto. And I'm telling you, 3 of those dudes, Oscar winners. Great fucking movie.
I can get down with
Kind
that.
of weird. Yeah, kind of weird, but like really, really good. But I saw that over the weekend. So if you have HBO Max or can go to a theater, check it out, man. Trailers that I saw.
Well, how would you rate the movie?
Oh, we're doing
We'll do
that. Okay. Oh wow.
Review.
Okay, so for movies, I feel that we have to do different than albums, I guess, because I know that we rank our albums 10. I want to rank movies 5. So a 1 out of 5 review, it's got a 3.5. So there was some things that really weren't answered. There was shit that kind of just didn't make sense, and you really never. It left you on a cliffhanger. I don't want to say anything, but it left you on a cliffhanger. So that's why, and it's not gonna like. And if you're left on a cliffhanger, I want it to be because there's going to be a sequel. But like you can tell when there's not sequels of movies that are going to get made.
Right.
Like it's just going to be a standalone film. So yeah, definitely like a 3.5 out of 5. So
Fair enough. All right, go on to your trailers.
yes, so I saw 2 trailers. One is like a really big deal for me. Actually, both of them are really big deals for me because of my childhood. So they're making a live action Tom and Jerry movie. Yeah.
What do you mean live action?
Okay, I think I'm using it properly. I could be wrong, but like it has it where like there's people like me and you, humans, fingers, toes, whatever, in the movie, actors, all that shit, and then there's Tom and Jerry. It's kind of like
do
you
Lion
remember
King type?
No. Do you remember Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
It's that.
So it's like animated. So it's like
with live action.
The real Tom and Jerry. It looks like it's
in cartoon form, right? Yeah, okay. It's cartoon form. It's not like it's a kitty cat and a mouse. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. That's what I was like. I hope it ain't like that because I'll be honest. Like as much as the Lion King, the live action Lion King was cool. It also kind of sucked. To be honest,
I'm the same
whole
way.
Live action thing it was just. It takes away, like you have them talking, and live action. It doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like
it didn't feel right to me for that purpose. Like the biggest thing was for me was they showed no emotion in the live action. If you go and watch the original version and the fucking live version or whatever you want to call it, like no emotion whatsoever. You couldn't see it in their face.
But like. You
it didn't work
so much with.
Now don't get me wrong. I cried the opening scene. Circle of Life. That song. If that don't fucking hit you in the fucking heart, then right. I don't know who you are. And that's probably just me being a child and growing up watching Lion King over and fucking over again.
Right.
But like Circle of Life gets me in my heart. So it's kind of like what's that that Phil Collins song from Tarzan? You know what I'm talking about? You'll be in my heart. Yeah. That's what it is.
There's another one from that movie that's really big too.
I don't remember. I know Elton John did a song for I think did he do one for Lion King?
Yeah.
I can't remember what the fuck it is. It's killing me now.
Can you feel the love tonight?
Did he do that song?
I think so.
He probably did. You're probably right on that. That sounds. Yeah, I hear. Yeah, I hear his voice right now in my fucking head.
That's definitely him. I just can't remember if that's actually from Lion King.
Speaking of that, and speaking of fucking Elton John, and I say that with the utmost respect and love, Sir Elton John, I should say. We saw him live.
Yes, we did.
And it was one of the most amazing fucking concerts I've ever been to.
Yeah.
That man could play he could play a mean piano. Yeah. He could.
He's a monster, dude.
So it was one of the coolest experiences.
I remember calling my mom during that.
You called your mom?
Yeah, hell yeah, awesome. I did.
Right, like, Ma, check out who I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And that was like, I think that was his first music festival concert.
U.S. festival. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Bonnaroo probably paid him some big smackaroonies.
Yeah, fuck yeah, they did. He was the main headliner, wasn't he?
Right.
Yeah.
He was one of the main. Because I think there was a few main headliners,
that
right?
was Sunday night. That was the main.
It was Elton John, Jack White, and then who was the other one? I ain't even gonna remember. Oh, Kanye West. I do remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah.
And he was late as fuck.
He was late. He was late, and then he said that like we should like he's better than the Beatles. Like he said some crazy shit like that.
Yeah.
And he was disrespectful to us. Like fuck him, dude. And then everybody the next day, which was so cool. The next day, everybody already made like T-shirts that said "fuck Kanye."
Yeah.
It was so great. It was so great.
You'd walk around, there was already signs and T-shirts and shit. Fuck Kanye.
So good.
So funny.
Gosh.
Love it. Yeah, it was good. I remember. I think it was 2015. Kendrick Lamar headlined.
Mm-hmm.
And that was fun, but also, his song "Mad City," he did it twice in a row. He basically got to the end of it and like did this little rant, and then was like, "Fuck it, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do that song again." And they just started over and did it again. It was weird.
That's very weird.
It was weird.
Yeah, I've never heard of that happening before.
And then here's a cool thing. Earth, Wind, and Fire was also playing that weekend, and that same night, and they played. So this was before. Damn, maybe it wasn't that night. Yes, it was that night. It was. Earth, Wind, and Fire was after Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar was the main headline, and then at midnight, at one of the other big stages, was Earth, Wind, and Fire. And Earth, Wind, and Fire's encore was a Kendrick Lamar and Chance the Rapper came out and freestyle battled while Earth, Wind, and Fire jammed. It was pretty cool.
I'm okay. Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
I mean, it would probably have to be one of those you had to be there moments because in my mind I'm sitting there fuck that. I'd rather just jam to Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Well, it was the encore, so it was I
know.
An hour and a half or whatever, but
that's pretty cool though.
Very cool.
So another movie trailer that I saw this week was this will be exciting for us is The Mighty Ducks. They have a TV series reboot coming out. And Coach Bombay is fucking returning, dude. Yeah, bro.
Really?
Emilio Estevez, who plays Coach Bombay, is returning. So I'm very, very, very excited. So if you have Disney Plus, it's
interesting.
And The Mandalorian and fucking WandaVision. There's good shit on
WandaVision. Have you watched WandaVision?
So I'm letting it build up because it's that damn good. I think I've seen the first 2 episodes, but I'm giving it a couple more weeks so I can binge 4 fucking episodes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Really fucking, really cool.
It's really fucking cool. I'm completely surprised, and I'm learning a lot about Wanda and.
I don't even know who Wanda is.
So. I don't know how to explain it. This makes me kind of like a douchebag, kind of, because I preach about reading comics, but I don't read these comics. So let's just put it that way. I'm okay. I get a pass. So Wanda is this chick that's from I think the Soviet Union, and she ends up getting I don't know. She doesn't get powers from the explosion that Cap or Iron Man does. I don't remember how, but she's met in or were introduced to her in Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Okay.
Her and her brother. Her brother ends up getting killed in the spoiler alert. Sorry, her brother ends up getting killed at the end of the movie, and then she's obviously standalone throughout the rest of the MCU series. But she ends up dating the dude that was made in Age of Ultron, which was he was made with one of the Infinity Stones, and I can't even think of his fucking name right now. Vision. It's probably Vision. WandaVision. Duh. It's probably Vision. So So, anyways, he's made from that, and like obviously like Iron or Stark Industry bullshit, and then yeah, they ended up creating a part of and the story that's being told on Jesus. I can't even talk. The story that's being told on WandaVision
Just slow down.
is. I'm good. The story that's being told on WandaVision is basically just another comic, one of their spinoffs. So that's all I know.
All right.
You get me all excited talking about comic books.
I didn't get much
out of that, except for so slow it down, listeners. I apologize. I got too excited talking about comics.
Okay, so
Age of Ultron. That's where Wanda was introduced. That's also where Vision was made. So that's how that kind of all started in the MCU. Now you speed up. Wanda had a brother in Age of Ultron. He passed away at the end of that movie, so she's standalone throughout. She ends up dating Vision, the fucking human cyborg fucking thing that ends up getting made through one of the Infinity Stones. Fast forward now, we have the show WandaVision, which is kind of where they're, from my theory, I think they're stuck in some kind of loop by a witch, but I could be way wrong. And again, I've only watched 2 episodes. Apparently, the story completely unfolded in the last few episodes. So
from I might take of not seeing any of it, but watching the trailer, is that they are being kept there by like the government or something inside of this Truman Show type thing.
So that's what I'm very much thinking. And because of it's funny you say that, because of that whole situation of thinking about that, I bought the Truman Show this like past week or 2.
Nice.
But anyways,
which is phenomenal, by the way. If you haven't seen Truman Show, watch that.
Yes, it's one of Jim Carrey's best performances. And if you like that, and you like how serious that kind of movie is, watch Man on the Moon with him in it. That movie's fucking amazing as well.
Yeah.
But going back into the WandaVision, there is somebody that's probably entrapping them. I think it could be the witch, like I think is my theory, but it's also this group called Star. Now, right, a fun fact about
that's the people who like the dude with in the suit and shit. The
Shield is what you're thinking about.
Yeah.
The agents of Shield and all that. They had a TV show about it. There's also
maybe I'm thinking of Shield.
Shield is the people that basically had superheroes or kept super secret shit like that would happen under wraps. That was Shield, and they were on the Earth.
Right,
Star is up in the fucking planets. So in space, yeah. He was actually, so it's funny because I think in Civil War, I think it is, or it might be, God damn it, no, it's Captain Marvel. So there is actually a little spoiler where Samuel L. Jackson, like at the end of that movie, shows up, and I'm pretty sure it's that movie. I could be wrong. If I am and somebody's a fan of MCU, let me know. But there's a spoiler where he's like walking in this big old fucking building, and if you see close, it says Star. So Star was referenced before WandaVision even started. And then the detective from Ant-Man, I think it's Jimmy Woo, he's in this show now too. So I think he's either working for Star or he's working for somebody. I don't know. So it's very interesting.
Okay. I definitely want to check it out.
And I'm glad I explained it a little bit clearer and slower.
Yeah.
Because like I get very hyped over comics. It's as a grown ass man, and I'll be honest, being fucking sad all the goddamn time, I wanted an escape. And comics have done that for me. I read a fuck ton of Deadpool. I love Deadpool. So yeah. That, and I want to read Lock and Key. That's my next one that I have on my Amazon book list. Yeah,
there's a show for that too, right? On Netflix.
There is. So it's actually created by Stephen King and his son, which I think his pseudonym is Joe Hill, and they created the book or the graphic novel. And now, yes, like you said, it developed into a TV series, and I highly recommend the TV series. That's how I got into it, but that's why I want to read the graphic novel so badly. I was also into Preacher. If anybody watched that while that show was alive or had a heartbeat for a little bit. No, that was AMC.
Yeah,
AMC.
AMC
It
to
was
the
good.
moon.
AMC to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Is that one of your references to one of your memes that you've been reading recently? Yeah.
Stonks, bro.
Yeah. Yep. There it is. There it fucking is. So what? So have you kept up with any trailers or anything like that?
Yeah. So actually, the most recent trailer I saw was Godzilla versus King Kong.
Let's talk about it. What'd you think?
I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna be garbage. Why?
Okay. So
Because all right, let me explain. All right. So in the trailer, they have this whole thing where King Kong only communicates to this little girl, and then it's like the government essentially like hires King Kong to help them against Godzilla.
what are they
And
gonna pay? What are they gonna pay King Kong in? What are they gonna pay King
okay,
Kong
they
in?
don't hire him, but you get what I'm saying.
I
And
got you.
it turns out that King Kong is a part of this like ancient race of giant apes that were at war with the race of Godzilla, right? It's like an alien versus predator type thing where it's like some ancient battle that was going on way back in time, and like now they're the only two left of their right. And all I gotta say is
They're both gonna survive at the end.
you got you got a giant gorilla
Mm-hmm.
versus a giant space alien dinosaur that breathes fire.
I thought he breathed like lasers and shit.
Lasers. Okay, yeah. Lasers. My man shoots lasers out of his mouth and eyes, and he's a giant space lizard versus a big gorilla.
See, I feel like I love joking about this because, like, yeah, it sounds completely fucking stupid. It sounds like Alien versus Predator. It sounds like Freddy versus Jason. It just sounds like they're trying to put another versus in the big screen.
Yeah.
With that being said,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just
I
a
don't want to
cash grab.
shit on nobody. Right. I don't want to shit on like fans of that because there's some super fans of Kong. I ended up working with somebody that was a super fan of Godzilla. Loved every single movie. Every single one. Loved the Japan series of the movies.
Yeah, he's
everything.
probably gonna hate this.
Probably. He loved the Godzilla that came out.
Probably feels about this as like old Star Wars heads feel about the new trilogy.
That's very true. I'm a new Star Wars head and I fucking hate the fucking final movie. I think I've talked about it before.
Bro.
So, yeah.
You mean
I
to
fucking hate
tell
that movie.
me you're just gonna pull Palpatine out of
Right
your
at the
ass?
fucking work. Just like what the fuck?
And there's nothing that alluded to it. There's nothing. Yeah, it was pretty garbage, honestly.
You know what else I'm pissed about?
And why even introduce the idea of a romantic relationship between those two?
Oh, Rey and Kylo Ren. See, this is what pisses me off about
None
that.
of it even felt sexual in any way ever leading
And anyway,
up to that point.
if anybody was gonna fall in love, it was gonna be fucking Rey and what's his name?
Finn?
I can't even think of his name. Finn. Yeah. If it was going to be anybody, if anything was going to happen, and that shouldn't even have happened in the first place. Now, with that being said,
they had to put the black
here's how
girl
they
and the
could
Asian girl together because
fucking Star Wars. Anyways, what pisses me off so bad about that? You know what they could have done, and even gotten maybe another movie out. They could have fucking had fucking Rey die, which I'm fine with. Rey could have fucking died. Homeboy, Kylo Ren could have survived because he was good at the end of that movie. He wanted to be good. Boom. Rise of Skywalker, son. Mic drop, motherfucker. And then he's being good because he's a fucking Skywalker. What? That could have been great. That would have been amazing. You're welcome, Hollywood.
yeah. Well, they shit all over Star Wars for that.
No, hold on. You said it incorrectly. They diarrheaed all over fucking Star Wars.
Yeah.
Fuck you, J.J. Abrams. You make good shit, but that you fucked up.
You should have just stuck to fucking CSI.
I don't think. Did he do CSI?
I'm pretty sure. Isn't his little symbol the tree that gets
No, it's the bad robot where it's like bad robot, and it's got the little fucking red robot.
maybe that's the new thing.
He created Lost.
I'm pretty sure J.J. Abrams made CSI.
He made the Star Treks, the new ones, and I
could
love
be
those.
Could be wrong.
CSI? Yeah. No, I think you're thinking of. I have no idea who made that. Are you talking about the ones that say, "Tell me who are you"? You know, is that the one you're talking about? That CSI?
I just accidentally typed in CIA. Man, it's gotta be J.J. Abrams or somebody similar.
So what? I don't. Yeah, I'm not gonna know. I'm not gonna know. I know he made the Star Trek trilogy. I know that he worked on that Cloverfield movie.
Jerry Bruckheimer.
Jerry Bruckheimer. That's what it is.
I guess.
Now, all right. Transitioning from that, from movies to music. Let's do that.
Music.
I wanted to. Yes. So I had a question that I had to raise for you, and I think any listener that's probably has the same struggle. So, a few years I've been into Grateful Dead, right? I don't listen to much else. I listen to mainly them. And I've gotten myself so stuck in a rut that any time that I want to play music, you know, I'll tell one of these operating systems that I can't say their names at the moment, you know, and I tell them, hey, play Grateful Dead. So I've kind of transitioned myself out of that, and I've been listening to a lot of Black Sabbath.
Okay, cool.
I'm genuinely surprised. They're fucking amazing. I love them very much. They have this song called Sweet Leaf, and it's all about smoking weed and how much Ozzy loves it. It's fucking awesome. Just,
hell yeah.
I love you. It's my shit, dude.
Yeah.
So,
back when you could probably understand what he was saying if you talked to him.
Right. I don't know so much now. I'm sure his kids and his wife understand his dialect, but you know, the normal everyday Joe.
What a family.
Saying hello. What a family. It's actually really cool. Jack Osborne now, he was like in some serious like health shit, I think.
Right, yeah.
And now he's doing much better, doesn't do drugs or anything like that. He actually hangs out with Jason Mewes, which is pretty fucking awesome.
That's cool.
But anyways, he has this show now where he sits with his parents and they watch ghost videos and they react to them, how scary they are.
Like a YouTube channel or something?
No, it's on AMC.
So there's a React TV show now?
A React TV show.
No
I mean, it has Ozzy Osbourne, dude, you know?
Oh my god. I feel
it's actually really good. Before you shit on it, it's actually surprisingly
I'm not trying to
good.
shit on the show. I'm just I don't know. That's
You
weird
think
to
we're
me.
just in a world now where we're doing like a React television show where it's actually highly produced and like pushed out compared to a YouTube fucking segment?
Yeah, dude,
you know,
like I don't know.
It's just the world I think we're living in. It's just the
gonna
modern
get the
day
next
world.
big, React deal. Like
Well, there's one
reaction
YouTuber
show deal.
Well, that's what's aggravating. There's actually one YouTuber, and I don't want to disrespect her. I don't know her name, I think. I'm going to probably just disrespect her by that. I think it's like Eliza Koshy or something like that. She actually has a late-night talk show now. She went from YouTube stardom to a late-night talk show. Like, it's fucking crazy what YouTube... Well, where YouTube can get you, I guess. Or fame or your talent. I mean, she obviously has to have some talent to be able to push out a late night talk show now. So.
Right. I guess so.
I don't know.
I don't know. Then
what about you, man?
There's a lot of people who have TV shows that probably
don't deserve them at all.
Yeah.
It's very true. But what about you? Have you ever had a loop where you just get stuck in the same fucking music?
All the time.
I'm sorry, sir. Am I fucking boring you?
You are.
Are you tired?
Yeah, you're so boring. You're lame. God.
Fucking lame, bro.
You're lame, man. Man, I don't know. Yeah, it happens to me all the time.
I feel that.
So that's why I love Spotify, because
Check us out, Blasphemous Reviews.
Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. Anyway, so, Spotify, yeah, it's great.
Also
because
YouTube.
they have the daily mixes, which don't
Okay.
necessarily help me get out of a rut, because so I have 6 mixes that it creates. Each one is based off of like a certain type of music, right? So
Okay.
one daily mix is like all like weird electronic music. One is like all jam bands. One is all classic rock and like Grateful Dead mixed into.
Okay.
Another one is all like 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B.
Oh, nice.
So it's really cool, but the problem with that is if you listen to them all the time, they play the same songs all the time. So it's like,
Okay, so they don't really update it as much as you'd like them to.
well, the list is updated every time that you like open the app new or whatever, but
Okay, gotcha. But they're
or
always
like
cycled, is what you're saying?
yeah, but like eventually you'll just hear the same songs, but you know, it's still fun to like just put on one, and you know, if you want to switch it up, boom. Then
I think
there's
that's what I love about music. You know,
what?
it's just like finding that hidden gem in those playlists. Something you'd never expected that you'd either jam
Yeah.
out to, or like
Yeah.
you find something so good it gives you the shivers or the fucking goosebumps or whatever. I think that's the best part of having those kind of mixes.
Yeah, yep. That's why you should just suck it up and get you a Spotify premium account. Cause
Amazon does the same thing, dude. I'm good.
what?
I have it to where the stuff that I listen to, they kind of calculate the same thing like you're saying, and they make me a playlist of different music. Amazon's nice, dude. It's only $4 a month, but granted, I can only use it like on like one.
I already paid $12.99 for Amazon Prime, so
Well, then you should already have it. You have an Amazon on Music Unlimited, dude.
yeah, I'm cool.
You're like, I've drank the Spotify Kool-Aid. I'm good.
Yeah.
I think we've drank the Spotify, the Jeff Bezos Kool-Aid, the fucking what's it called, Mark Zuckerberg Kool-Aid, and what else? Who made Twitter? That fucking guy too.
Jack Dorsey.
Yeah, that fucking Jack Fuckery Dorsey.
He,
that guy too.
I don't know what's going on, but it looks like he's going down this like savior path. He like grew his beard out all really big, and like he has long hair now, and he's like, you know,
He's probably just stoned, eating so many fucking edibles or something. That's funny.
he's interesting. There was an episode of Joe Rogan that he was on. He was on with his like Twitter, like director of something like relations or whatever. And there was also Tim Pool, who is a like journalist, YouTuber, like people would label him as alt-right, but I don't necessarily consider him an alt-right. But he was on there with them, and they were just talking about, you know, the implications of social media and stuff like that. And it was interesting to see because Tim Pool was all about, you know, like social media should be completely uncensored, and you know, you shouldn't get banned and blocked for having a different opinion than the like popular political idea opinion. You know what I mean?
I think when it becomes like when people are getting blocked or banned, I think it's because you start doing like a threat value. You know what I mean? You end up tweeting something that might end up pushing the boundaries.
Well, there's a lot of people who have been banned for shit that literally is only an opinion that isn't. It's not like
non-threatening or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I could probably see that. I think one time I did that because like I am a person that loves to troll on people. I love to talk shit. I enjoy it. That's what the internet's for. I'm not the type of person though that bullies people. I will say that. Well,
Right.
okay. I bully grown-ass adults. I don't bully children like little fuckers do. I'll just put it that way. And, it's all just by my based opinion. And I'm pretty sure like 6 months ago, and I kind of gave up on like just being dickish for a little bit. And I'm actually getting back into it. But like the reason I stopped was because I was banned randomly for no fucking reason off of Twitter for like a week. And I was so pissed. I don't remember what the comment was that I made. I want to look up if I can find it, but like I was so mad that I was like banned for 7 days. Like I love Twitter. It's actually one of my favorite things. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think him or somebody else got banned, like permanently banned from Twitter for saying men shouldn't be able to compete in women's sports.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's because we've gotten so soft as a fucking society.
Well, it's because,
is that such a sexist claim?
You get SJWs who think that is like some, you're literal Satan for saying something like that and having a different opinion about it. And so the whole thing is that, what Tim Pool was bringing up in this podcast was that, who are you to say that that's right or wrong? And
100%.
Why are you going the route of the like popular only one leaning side of the political spectrum? You're only agreeing and allowing things that align with that ideology, and anything that opposes that ideology should get permabanned because it
right.
It goes
against
that's where
we're
grain.
so divided. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so interesting. And I'm not saying that I agree with that statement per se, but I don't think that's something that should get you banned off of a platform.
No, I 100% agree.
You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, from him getting banned or whoever that was, it's probably because all the people that were so upset about the comment decided to either email or fucking try to like get him on harassment and bullying, and he probably had so much of that happening, so they just decided to ban him.
Right.
Just to shut them the fuck up.
It's easier to just ban people for that than say that.
Give them a voice. Let's just put it that way.
Right,
give somebody a voice and let them base their fucking opinion.
Right.
It's and that's where the world is, kind of like I was saying. We're just a little too goddamn soft where we can't like take criticism or we can't take somebody else's opinion. Like you don't have to value somebody else's opinion. You don't have to at all. But listening to it and being respectful because they might have listened to yours or because like you have this opinion that they might not agree with, like we all should just be adults as grown-ass people and just learn that we all think a little bit differently.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. It's a difficult thing to go through. Or no, not difficult. It's a hard pill to swallow.
Right.
Put it that way. So I have this thing I want to talk about. I am 30 years old. I've brought it up many times in our podcast. I got finally labeled old in public. So I was going to one of my favorite places called Zumanez. It's in the mall. I highly recommend not being a dumbass like me and my girlfriend and going on a fucking Saturday because like
right, yeah. I mean
fucking A. I was an idiot because it being in the Kenwood Mall, it was just not fun. So anyways, I wanted to check out their longboards and their stickers. I'm a big fan of stickers. I like buying stickers, and I'm in the process of getting another longboard. I had one for a few years, and I zoomed on it all the fucking time. So wanted to look on getting a new one. Well, I go in there, and first employee was super nice. He was like, "Hey, how you doing, man?" And I was just, good. How are you? He was like, putting that work in. I said, man, you got to be happy that you're working here. And he was like, no, I said putting that work in, which means that, like, I'm doing, I'm working a lot today. And just hearing that, and I was like, oh, buddy, I know what putting that work in means. It's just, I didn't fucking hear you. And I just felt at that moment that I was fucking old. And the whole reason for that is, or at least the reason that I have behind that whole thing, is because one, a kid thought that I didn't understand what putting that work in means. Two, we just didn't hear each other. And that's basically why I think the whole situation happened. Three, when I was...
Sounds like he's just stupid. It's pretty...
Could be that too.
It's pretty obvious that you knew exactly what he meant by that, so...
Right. It's just that I didn't hear him, and I said, "Oh, you should be happy that you're working here, man." Or
that
something
still
like that.
Applies to what he said, though.
That does, doesn't it? Because putting that
I
work
mean.
in, yeah, it does. Like, what the fuck, man?
Like,
fuck that kid. Because, like, in all honesty, I was thinking, like, my hair wasn't shampooed that day. It was messy as fuck, and I'm balding. I'm okay with it. I don't give a fuck. So, like, it was to where you could see that I was balding. So I was thinking this dude was like, man, he's old as shit, and he don't understand what the fuck I'm saying. But now, you come into it, he's like, maybe he's just a fucking dumbass.
Yeah. He works at Zoominez. Whatever it's called. Sorry.
It's Zoominez.
I'm not belittling your job if you work at this place.
Well, they also sell Teddy Fresh apparel. And right. They also sell... See? You right there, blatantly saying that. Happen to be so fucking sensitive in this world. Sorry, Zoominez employees. Whoopsies.
I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. I'm just a retarded ape. But together, ape strong.
Ape strong, buddy. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, like, and I don't know. Breaking it down now and thinking about the whole thing, it's like, yeah, that guy was kind of a fucking idiot, And I feel better now because knowing that, like, because, like, I know that I'm getting older, and I'm okay with aging gracefully, but when somebody points out something like that, or I take it in that situation, it's like, fuck, man, don't point out that I'm old. Let me point out that I'm fucking old and that I'm getting older. You know what I mean? Yeah. And some consider me a young man. I'm still a young fucking man. I know that. It's just that I'm not where I wanted to be. Like, okay, how do I put it? It's like I want to be a kid again, in a sense, right? Like, I want to be young. I want to feel like I can just, like, have a reset button, but I can't. I got to grow. I got to age, right? So now I have to learn life's lessons as I grow older. So, like, when I'm 30, yeah, I want to be fucking 20 years old again. I want to be able to handle staying up late and getting super drunk. I can't handle that shit like I used to. If I do, I'm going to have a hangover and I need to go to the Waffle House immediately, But, like, back then, I could literally wake up, not eat for fucking 8 hours, and just drink a little bit of water, and I'd be good to go. But nowadays, it's like a 3 to 4 hour process of a hangover, if not longer.
That's how I feel. I feel hungover every day I wake up.
Ooh, that's not fun. Do you drink every day?
No.
Yeah, that's not fun. Fuck
just
that.
Dehydrated, and, like, I wake up and I'm like, food. Like, start getting cramps and, like, start getting a headache if I don't drink water within the first, like, 10 minutes of waking up.
Yes, I get that 100%.
Another thing to throw on to what you're saying about feeling old. So last night, actually, there's this kid that works. He works as a cashier at my job, and he was leaving. It was the end of the night, and he was walking out the door, and he didn't have a coat, just a t-shirt. It's like, boy, you got a coat? It's cold out there. Don't you want to put a coat on? It's like, oh, no, I'll be all right. I'm like, it's 23 degrees. You need a coat. It's like, yeah, I got my hoodie. I was like,
you sound like your dad. Your dad used to yell at me all the time when I was wearing shorts in fucking wintertime. He's like, where's the rest of your pants? Like, I remember that shit all the fucking time.
Yeah, I was like, you need a coat, boy.
Mm-hmm. That's how I am now. I'm a grown man, fucking just like, what common sense did I have as a young man? None.
Okay. Oh,
that's how I was.
With a t-shirt on. When it's 23 degrees outside.
well, don't get me wrong. I'll still walk out. Like, I'll go take my trash out in shorts. You know what I mean? Shorts and a t-shirt, just real quick. You know, that's no big thing. But like how I used to when I was a kid, where I could be like in 40-degree weather, if not colder, in like elastic shorts and a fucking hoodie. Like, I'm just prone to getting sick. That's all it was. So
I'm cool. I'll just be prepared.
Right, exactly. So like now, as a grown ass man, I fucking got a hoodie. I got a fucking nice winter jacket. I got a beanie. I got mittens. You know, I don't fuck around.
Yeah, I bought some nice gloves. They're like $120 gloves, but
why? Do they have Bluetooth on them? Is there speakers in them? Does it fucking have a USB plug where you can play Tetris on the other fucking hand?
Like, no, they're snow gloves.
You know what? You just answered all my questions.
They have Gore-Tex on them, so they're completely waterproof.
Okay.
They're super, super nice, and it has two. It also came with lining, a pair of lining gloves, and then the other gloves. But they're like so warm and completely waterproof, and built to like be worn with like snow coats and like shit. So yeah, this was when I went out to Utah last year. I bought some nice snow pants. Those were like $100.
Oh my fucking goodness!
Pair of gloves, which were $120. And then I bought some thermal lining, like
125.
No, those were only like $70. But
okay, yeah.
And then
anything else you buy that's just fucking ludicrous?
I bought a face mask to wear.
$342.
That was only like $25. And
that's reasonable.
And then I bought a pair of goggles to wear up on the mountain.
And how much did those cost you?
Those were 40 something, 49.
So all I hear is like you have about a $350 suit that you will never wear again.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I will.
Okay.
Get out there on the board and shred the gnaw.
I will never fucking spend any kind of money that high on some goddamn gloves. Holy shit.
Yeah, well,
I don't live in Utah and I don't live in Colorado, so I don't give a fuck.
Broke ass.
I live in Ohio. Huh?
What?
What'd you say?
I said you broke ass.
I mean, broke, yes, but I don't need no $120 gloves. Like, okay, I'll get $20 gloves and then I'll have $100 left over. Fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, well,
I'll be broke. I'll eat my ramen.
Go up on the mountain and wear them $20 gloves and see how it goes.
Oh, I will, and I'll be doing just fine.
Sure.
Them $120 gloves, those waterproof gloves.
On like $20 socks.
Oh God, you a fool! Just stop with your shit. You ain't gonna sell me
smart wool. It's the way to go.
I don't live in Utah. I'm never going to purchase something that expensive to use. If it was a point where I lived up there and gave a shit, probably. But you're in Ohio. You don't need $120 gloves in Ohio. Period.
If I'm out fucking around in the snow, then yeah, I will.
Okay, are you a grown-ass man anymore making igloos, dog?
Fuck yeah, dude. What do you mean?
No, you ain't, bro! Oh, my gosh. That's too damn funny. You know, I don't know. I don't think I'd ever bring myself. Like I said, I think it's one of those things. When you're in Utah, it's like it's one of those things. It's just when you're in that kind of climate, maybe somebody's going to drop $120. But I'll tell you this: you probably bought $120 gloves when there was probably like a $60 pair that probably did the same exact fucking thing.
Nah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It's just you saw $120, you read the reviews, you were cool with it, so you said, fuck it. You decided not to shop around to see if there was something that was relatively similar.
I definitely shopped around. I went to like 3 different stores.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
They don't sell cheap. They don't, gloves ain't cheap, bro.
Yeah, in Utah.
I didn't buy them in Utah.
You just told, wherever the fuck you bought them. And gloves are cheap. You can buy cheap gloves all fucking day long. The kind that you're looking for, the kind that you're talking about, yes. Those are probably not cheap in any way, shape, or form. Okay. But you can go get yourself a nice pair of $10 gloves.
You wouldn't You wouldn't hike the Appalachian Trail in some boots you bought at Walmart. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I'll give you that. You get a pass for that. But that's the point I'm trying to make as well. You're in Utah doing this shit,
Yeah.
and you're purchasing
If
gloves
you're gonna,
for a Utah journey.
yeah. And yeah, that's another thing. Actually, we went snowmobiling, and we
You would probably want those gloves for that kind of purpose because you got the wind on you. That if what do you call it? If you didn't have no gloves, or probably $20 gloves like we're talking about, your hands would probably be frostbit.
Yeah, for sure. It was like -5 degrees up top when we were snowmobiling.
So we came to a conclusion: $120 gloves only in Utah.
But it's just I've come to the thing where it's like, all right, I could spend the right amount of money for that nice thing, and it be an investment and never have to buy anything like that ever again. Like a mattress. I'm about to be buying a new mattress soon. My buddy just bought one. $3,100 is what he spent on it for this mattress. But I'm not buying one that much. But I am looking to spend $700-800 on a mattress to get a nice mattress that I won't have to worry about for another 10+ years. You know what I mean? Like, it
depends. Usually mattresses. So depending on what you get, because I don't know about like expensive ones like that. The most expensive mattress I ever bought was a $534 mattress.
Right.
I've had that for 4 years. It's probably got a couple years left. I don't think it can get to 10, but it probably has another 3 years to it because it's almost gone, and it's memory foam. Mattresses are definitely investments because there's ones that are nice, and like if you do the math, if you end up, so let's say a mattress lasted you 7 years. Well, divide 550 by 7, and that'll tell you, the investment you had for those 7 years, and you had comfortable sleep or whatever the situation might be. So I guess when it comes to that, I can see definitely an investment where you don't have to buy it again. For that dude that bought a $3,100 mattress, I hope that it's a lifetime mattress. That's fucking nuts. Sure. That is nuts. I'm not opposed to it because I like my sleep. I'd like to see how, like, what sold him for it to be, to drop $3,100 fucking dollars.
I mean, for him,
something had to sell.
He makes like $60,000 a year, so it's like.
I mean, that's fine and all. I don't give a fuck how much he's making. I'm just saying what got him to that point.
Then,
Well, I mean, if they want something like that, some people might not want that. You know what I mean? Some people probably don't want a $3,100 fucking mattress. I know I don't. That's crazy. Like I said, it better sell me. I better watch some video. I better sleep on it twice before I go buying that shit. I better, like, what do they do when you have mattresses and they sell you the really expensive ones? I mean, yeah, but like I said, it's got to sell me. I gotta be so sold that I'm like completely content with financing or spending $3,100. However, I end up spending it, regardless, because that is a lot of fucking money for a mattress. So like, that's probably going to give him the most amazing sleep he's ever had. I don't know.
Middle ground on mattresses.
Okay, well, you can live in your fucking higher upper class life, bud. I think that the $534 fucking mattresses are completely fine.
Yeah.
That's like my uncle said the same thing. We were talking about couches because I had to purchase a couch, and I told him, he was like, so how much is your couch? Just out of curiosity, and I said $600 fucking dollars, $630 after like tax and stuff. He's like, that's nothing. He said couches go $2-3 grand. I was like, who the fuck would spend $3 grand on a fucking couch? And then when I finally went couch shopping, I saw blatantly that like,
why they're $3 grand?
Yeah, why they're $3 grand?
Yeah.
So like, will I ever buy one? If I'm in the position, yeah, I'll probably buy a $1,000 couch one day, more than likely. But I'm just like,
people who spend like $1,200, $1,500, $2,500 on a chair that they sit in for their desk and shit. Like the Herman Miller chairs. Have you seen those? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been looking at chairs for a little bit because I'm looking to spend anywhere from $200 to like $400 on the chair that I want. But.
Okay, that's reasonable. A couple grand is not reasonable for a computer chair. I don't think so. Again, it's just personal preference. And that's the same with the mattress. You never know. I could get sold one day. It's like mattress shopping. I haven't went mattress shopping in 4 or 5 years. I go mattress shopping again when I need to. I might be interested in a goddamn $1,000 mattress. Right. I'm interested in that one that levels up. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, that's like $5,000.
Yeah. See, I want one of those motherfuckers. Like it's like, okay, I can never leave my bed and watch TV and be elevated. Fuck yes. Right?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
But no, I want that because I actually sleep better upright. I sleep a lot better upright.
Well, yeah, so. It opens up your airways so you don't fucking snore all night long.
Right. And like I also get to sleep quicker too.
Sleep apnea keeps you up.
Yep, it does.
Getting into deep sleep, getting proper rest.
I can't remember when I have, and we've talked about that too. How humans are supposed to sleep in intervals, not fucking 8 hours. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So the mattress company is it's as bad as the banks. God damn it!
These goddamn hedge funds, you know.
Oh man. Well, what else we got on our list?
That's it.
Shit to talk about. That's it for you. All right. Well, I got one last thing that I'd like to talk about. UFC. I know I recently talked about it a week or two ago, but I'm really invested in. Since the last time that we talked or were having this conversation, the McGregor fight happened with Dustin Poirier, okay. I believe, and it was one of the most anticipated matches. I've never bought a pay-per-view a day in my life, and I bought a $75 pay-per-view. I thought I was only getting 3 fights. Thankfully, I got like 5. I think it was, but that was. I had never understood, I guess, how much I loved UFC until that moment. Just seeing somebody that was like so hyped up, had $1 million walk, was basically just like the hottest shit. Then retired, then came back.
Showed up in a fucking nice ass limousine and shit,
He's kind of pimp with it, dude. He's kind of pimp with it, and like I loved
his ass knocked out.
Oh, he got him knocked the fuck out. Because when he punched him that one time, I loved it so much. Like, Dustin ended up punching him like one time. You saw that motherfucker saw stars. Like, it was immediate. But, like, he was still up. So, like, he kept giving him, like, that 1-2 combo. 1-2 combo.
Homeboy saw that and was like, this is it.
Right. He took advantage.
This is my shot. Right now, I have to go full force at him.
Right.
And it fucking
worked. And he did. It was so fucking cool. He just kept punching him with the 1-2 combos till the ref said, "No more. Man can't defend himself." Yeah. And it was one of the greatest fucking fights. Like I enjoyed the fuck out of it. That was a good
fight, man. So was the one before. I think it was the fight before that one.
You talking about the underdog? The one that had the underdog in it that ended up
the dude that was like the American version of McGregor. He like came in with the flag, like the Texas flag.
Yeah, cocky.
Yeah, well, he whooped that other dude's ass.
He did.
But what was it? First round, I think.
Mm-hmm. It's a calm demeanor. I think that's the whole respect thing. It's like if you're coming out there cocky as fuck, you better make sure that you can back that up. Because if you can't, usually the cocky ones go down hard.
Yeah, that's what happened to McGregor, dude. That's why I was like, oh shit.
Well, I was appreciative of his respect at the end of the whole thing.
Yeah,
that was very nice.
He definitely was very respectful about it, which was cool. He was like,
he got me. he got me. So like, it was good.
He even like kind of like had a smile on his face when he was like still like trying to get up. He was just like, "What the fuck happened, man? God."
Right. What's crazy is he probably has enough money to live the rest of his life. And he's only like 2 years older than me.
Right. You know how many people probably lost a bunch of money that night?
Oh, so many.
Betting on McGregor.
Dude, I told my girlfriend, I was like, I'm so fucking pissed I did not bet on this goddamn fight.
Yeah.
Because I had Dustin the entire fucking time. I was confident, and I'm glad. Like, and I think I would have been more scared, though, if I, like, put, like, $200 on the line or something like that,
Yeah.
I would have probably been nervous as fuck.
I'm nervous about my about this GameStop and GameStop and AMC, but to the moon.
To the moon. I think the people that are following that probably know his references right now are the little stock market references he's been making this entire fucking podcast. So
What do you mean?
What do you mean, bro? But we're gonna end it there. Much love to you guys. We appreciate you every week as well. Yeah, and we will definitely see you next week. All right.
Cool. Love you guys. Be easy. Check us out. If you haven't gone to our YouTube channel, go over there. We got a video up now of the interview thing podcast that we did with Mine at Large, and that was a lot of fun. So check it out. We'll see you guys.
Yeah. Oh, also, don't forget, for some reason, our YouTube search is extremely difficult.
It's not
to find us. Well, you have to just type in the Blasphemous, and then like when it does that, it has a game, and then like I have to press sort, and then I have to go.
Well, all right. So I found a trick. Just Blasphemous reviews, and honestly, I think you can scroll down far enough now that one of our videos will pop up.
Okay, I think since we got 14 subs now, it's just I think that there people are probably trying to watch us, and it's probably difficult for them to find. So I don't know if that's happening to anybody, but if it is, just take these little tidbits that we gave you and try to find us on YouTube.
Sort by channel when you search
Blasphemous reviews. Yep.
Also, if you don't want to do that, just do Blasphemous reviews and then the number symbol, the hashtag symbol, because ours are numbered, and if you do that, just hit that hashtag symbol and we'll pop up the first one. So yep. That's it. Much love.
See you guys next week.
Peace.